Is sitting there on.
Oh, right.
Okay. Then we have on our weddings 3 different first dances. Naturally, the first dance for bride and groom. The second first dance also for bride and groom, but at midnight. And then we've got the last dance for them. They're a little bit different. The first dance is like now in any country. The second dance at midnight, they are, what does the bride wear on the veil? Veil. Okay. The veil was putting over the heads of the couple, all standing around them, and then sometimes they are throwing money in it, but not very often, sometimes, very sometimes. And the third is the end dance, and then they, we're putting, we hold this wreath back in the restaurant, build a big heart out of it, all the guests surrounding this heart, and mostly you play a little, very slow tune, like, say, Leon Rhymes.
Anything, yeah. Sure.
Yes, something very slow. Yeah, that's it.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so we've got literally like damn near a week that we're doing this. How often are you DJing for these? I mean, do you do just the main night, or do you do several nights?
It could happen that I do 2 nights.
2 nights.
2 nights. This growing dishing event and the main event. But when you do 2 gigs in 4 days for the same guests, sometimes it's very boring.
So to keep it fresh.
Yes.
Right. They've already seen what you do.
I decide when the client calls me, I'll get this throwing dish event because it's mid in the week. Especially as a mobile DJ, you are not sort of booked midweek
is kind of slow.
So I put that wedding away to another colleague, and yeah.
Excellent. Do you have any closing words for us?
Closing words. I want to tell. There was one thing I want to tell.
Okay.
But
you forgot.
Yeah, maybe.
You can stand up later. It's okay.
Wait.
It'll come to you.
Jawohl! The important thing, the money, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that DJs in New York get for a wedding maybe $2,000. Is that right?
Yeah.
And here in what did they get in Milwaukee? For
it really
normally just
the medium 800.
800. So we get for a wedding for our 12 hours job, starting with €400. That is the main part. For our 12 hours, €400, $550, and when we've got a very high class wedding, we got €1,000, and that's the top.
But that's not bad.
That's not bad, but that's the top. That's the end of the tape.
That's the peak.
Yeah.
No more than that.
Okay. I'm finished.
Give it up for.
What's up?
They're screaming a slide over the internet. Okay, so we've got more people here. I want to bring up some of our UK friends. The first thing I want to bring up. I've been watching on YouTube for quite a while. Many of you may have seen him. He has a great website, a great channel called The DJ Business. Simon, it's your turn. Give it up for Simon.
Scream at it.
Hi guys. So my name's Simon. As Brian said, I'm from the DJbusiness.co.uk. Some of you may have seen me on there. But I also run a multi-show in the UK.
It's a multi-op.
So which is a multi-op. So we have we've been up as high as having 6 shows. We're currently running 2 shows, just down to the economic climate. What I want to talk to you about really is the difference between what you guys do and what we do in the UK. Now, our weddings in the UK are far less professional from the DJ's point of view. we're not involved from the start like you guys are. Hence, coming over here, talking to you guys, looking at what you guys are doing, we're going to take a lot of this back with us. So basically what we've got with us is we'll get one phone call. The first phone call will come in, and then sometimes you may get a wedding booked 6 months in advance, but we're the last thing that they think about. We're not like you guys, where you guys are actually getting involved from the start. We're one of the last things they'll think about. They think they need entertainment. Okay, we're going to have to get a DJ, and that's the way we're seen as. Most of the DJs that we find in the UK are doing it as a hobby. So a lot of them are gear junkies, and they're doing it as a hobby. But gradually, we're trying to make it a little bit more professional. So from our side, we'll get the phone call. It'll be one phone call. We'll take the booking, and most of the DJs will not then speak to the bride and groom. We're changing things. We from our point of view, from my business, we use contracts, we have playlists, and we try and meet with the bride and groom. However, this is not the norm. And we're trying to change this in the UK. I know there's other UK guys here that'll talk to you and they'll tell you the same, similar sort of things. So that's basically it. We'll then turn up on the day, and if we've got a playlist, we've got that to work from. But most of it, we'll turn up on the day, and it's going to be a case of we set up at, say if a wedding's starting, if we start an evening reception, we'll set up maybe 7 o'clock. We start at 8, we finish at midnight. And all we'll do is announce the first dance, and look, a buffet if we're lucky, and that is it. That's all we're doing as a DJ.
No more MCing?
We don't do any more MCing. Well, it's very rare sometimes, depending on the type of wedding. Sometimes we'll get a little bit more involved, and we'll do some. We will do a little bit more MCing, but that's sort of the exception to the rule, really. 9 times out of 10. I know you can. There's Alan here, and I was talking to Alan the other day. And other DJs here from the UK, and sort of talk to them. I mean, it's a very similar sort of thing. But we're the last thing that they think about, and this is where it needs to change, because for us to, in the UK, to move our industry forward, we need to be doing things a lot more professionally. And then I wasn't going to talk about money, but Vossie brought up the sort of money that we can get. The average wedding DJ in the UK is getting the same money now as they were getting 10 years, 15 years ago. So, to give you an idea, the average UK DJ will be going out at $200 for the whole night, which we don't. If you look at our YouTube channel, you'll see that some of the venues that we look after proper big British castles, medieval castles and things like that, which are really, really fun to do. We have fun gigs, and we charge considerably more. Our average wedding for us is about £600 to £700, which is, what's that translate to, maybe
1,000.
Yeah, $1,000, yeah. But we also have to start bringing things on. I mean, obviously, using the YouTube channels, people like Mikey Mike, we've started doing uplighting and things like that. So we've learned a hell of a lot from people like Brian, Jonathan, and the other people that are involved. But most of our influences from our point of view are coming from looking and watching the American guys, because we really do think, from our point of view, you guys got it right, and we need to learn from you. And that's basically sort of why we're here, and obviously it's a huge help.
Does anyone have any questions for Simon? Does anyone want to ask him anything? Yes, sir.
Are you licensed in there for like music licensing officially?
Sorry, did everyone hear that question?
Yeah, asking about music licensing.
Yeah, basically. The licensing in the UK. We've got a similar sort of thing. We have a thing called PRS, what do you call it over here, which is like
ASCAP, BMI.
Yeah, ASCAP. Well, basically, we don't have to have that because the venue has to have it. So similar over here. But what they've just brought out in the last 2 years is something called Pro Dub license. Now the Pro Dub license, they've basically taken on for. We're all using laptops now. We're carrying laptops out. If we want to use a laptop, we have to buy a Pro Dub license at £250, which is $350, say. The Pro Dub license allows us to have 20,000 tracks on a laptop. If we want any more, we have to buy another Pro Dub license. The problem they've got is they've got no way of licensing, no way of policing this. So what they're asking us to do, they're asking us to buy a license, and then they're asking us to go police it as well. So they're asking us to say, oh, this DJ doesn't have a license, but they're struggling, and it's not working in the UK. That's the total honesty of it. It's not working in the UK, but they're trying to bring it.